Hey guys, and welcome to my channel, Perpetuating Motherhood. My name is Erica, and I'm glad you're here. I wanted to do a different type of video today and talk about some health issues that I've had over the last 4 years. I just wanted to share with others how I was healed of ulcerative colitis. If you know somebody that suffers from ulcerative colitis or IBS, or perhaps you have it, I would love for you to listen to what I have to say, what helped clear my inflammation. I'm going to tell a little bit of my story, not everything in detail, and then I'm going to share what worked for me and what helped me. So if you're interested, keep watching. Okay, so before I begin, I did want to mention that when I say I was healed of ulcerative colitis, I want to stop for a second and share that I am a born-again Christian and my faith is well integrated in everything that I do, and I believe in Jesus Christ, and I believe He is the one that deserves the glory for my healing. I believe He healed me. He showed me practical steps and ways to be healed of this. So that's what I'm going to share with you. I realize you may not share the same faith as me, and that's okay, because I'm going to share some practical steps for you, and that may help you. So I also want to say a disclaimer that I'm not any type of healthcare professional. I'm not licensed or anything like that. So speak with your healthcare professional, doctor, whomever you seek for medical advice. Be sure to ask them for the okay or to implement any of these things that I suggest to you, to seek medical help basically and advice before you follow any of the steps that I recommend to you. So anyway, thank you for listening. I'm going to try not to take too long, but like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail. I was living with ulcerative colitis for 4 years. Also, I'm going to be glancing at my notes here. I have my laptop. If I'm looking down, that's why. I suffered for about 4 years with ulcerative colitis. I was diagnosed in 2017. My doctor had said that I had moderate ulcerative colitis. I was alarmed by some of the symptoms that I was having. They were quite alarming. I would also get inflammation. Sometimes it was worse with certain foods that I ate. I noticed that I became more inflamed. I tried many things, didn't know what was exactly causing it. So I went to the doctor. I had a colonoscopy and endoscopy. Basically, she diagnosed me with moderate ulcerative colitis. I was just told that I have it for the rest of my life. It could be genetic or environmental, and basically I would have to be on medication for my entire life, that it could go into remission, but and if it were to flare up again, I would go back on medication. So I took my medication for a little while. I didn't really see any change in my symptoms. They were somewhat masked, but I can tell that they were still there, because if I missed a day or two of my medication, my gut was inflamed once again. I could also sometimes control it with my diet, but never 100%. Even with certain gluten-free foods, it would still cause inflammation. I noticed when I went on a gluten-free diet, it did help a little bit. Also, I will say the lectin-free diet by Dr. GUNDRY, I do recommend that diet, although I don't follow it quite so much anymore. It is pretty much the only diet I saw the significant difference. But like I said, I can pretty much eat whatever I want now, including spicy foods and pretty much anything without any symptoms. Like I said, the diets were not 100%. I also had my amalgams removed, which are like mercury fillings. Because like I said, I didn't know what was the root cause, and I wanted to get down to the root cause of what was causing this. And so I tried so many things until, as I said, God healed me of ulcerative colitis, and He showed me the practical steps on what to do and what was causing it. So I'm just sharing what helped me and what worked for me, in hopes that it helps you as well. The number one thing I discovered that was causing my symptoms was sugar. I finally got down to the bottom of it, and sugar was the main thing that was inflaming my gut. I have always loved eating cookies and cakes and donuts, things like that. I wouldn't say that I had a great amount of sugar every single day, although some days were a lot worse than others. I would have cereal sometimes at bedtime. And I ate less protein probably than I should have, and more sugar than what I should have. So once I discovered this, it was actually through some things in life that changed, and I happened to just accidentally come across this, but like I said, God revealed to me what it was, and sugar was the main thing in my diet. So once I discovered this, I immediately removed sugar from my diet. So I would suggest the first thing that you do is avoid all sugar, any types of sugar from your diet. Completely eliminate it, at least for the first 2 weeks. It took me about 2 weeks to see a significant difference once I eliminated any type of sugar. That includes sugar in your coffee, honey, natural sugars, maple syrup, sauce like barbecue sauce, ketchup, juice, cereal, all of the things that you wouldn't so much think have sugar. Any type of sugar you want to eliminate completely from your diet, no sugar at all. Not only the obvious ones, you know, like cookies and donuts and things like that, and like Starbucks coffees with tons of sugar and syrups and things like that. I would even avoid smoothies in the very beginning with any type of fruit or sugar. So I'm going to go over some of the foods that also helped me in eliminating this, and especially while I was healing. Like I said, now I can have minimal amounts of sugar in my coffee, and every now and then have a few cookies and things like that without any problem or inflammation. But at least for about 2 weeks to a month, you want to avoid any type and all types of sugar, and also anything with vinegar you want to avoid. So any type of hot sauce, chips, anything with vinegar you want to avoid in the first month of your healing. Even I would eat these little Aussie bites from like Costco. I noticed my inflammation would spike when I would have those. They may seem innocent and healthy at first, but they actually have high sugar content. Basically, you just want to avoid all sugar at all costs. That's the first thing that you want to do. I would also say that I also believe that I had and probably still have some type of a candida overgrowth. I am taking some probiotic supplements to try to rid of the candida, but you can do a little bit of research on what candida is, but it's basically like a natural bacteria that's found in our gut, although it can basically become overgrown. I would also say to avoid like kombucha, sauerkraut, even lemon water, because that can raise your pH to an alkaline state, which candida thrives in an alkaline state. I also noticed when I would consume these types of food products, it would get worse as well. Okay, so some foods that did help me tremendously while I was healing my gut were bone broth. And I may make a video later on how I make my bone broth, but bone broth is excellent for healing your gut. I would drink that every day, at least once a day, and that seemed to help tremendously. Coconut cream and milk. I would also add coconut cream sometimes to my coffee because it has like a sweet taste, even though there is no sugar in it. Or at least I think maybe like very, very, very minimal, but I believe it has 0 grams of sugar. And also coconut milk. Those both are good for fighting candida, so those were great. I also ate plain yogurt and would kind of incorporate that with my breakfast. When I started healing, I started adding a little bit of blueberries. So that is also one of the first fruits that I added, and I would suggest adding berries like blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries. I actually crave those, but you don't want to have too much of that because of the sugar. But berries are also great at fighting inflammation. So when I did begin eating fruit or sugar, I started off very slowly by adding berries to my diet. I also took a probiotic supplement I'm still taking. It's a very good one by the brand Best Nest Wellness. I also found that goat milk and goat cheese are very helpful in healing my guts. And I couldn't really drink regular milk, but goat milk, for reasons that I'm not really quite sure of, but goat milk was excellent at helping me heal my gut. More protein, including nuts and meat, are excellent. Again, I would avoid sauces or anything like that on your meat. I could not eat nuts before, or any kind of peanut butter or anything like that. It seemed to inflame my gut even more. However, once I eliminated the other foods, I was able to stomach nuts and peanut butter and things like that. So I would suggest those for more protein. I also ate salads, and I ate that with oil and a little bit of blue cheese. I would definitely avoid dressings or balsamic vinegar or anything like that, but I would add oil and a little bit of lemon and salt in my salad. I would also try to incorporate garlic in my diet as much as possible because it does act as a cleanser and a detoxifier, which is great for fighting candida and other infections or inflammation and things like that. If I wanted to eat something sweet occasionally, at least in the first few months, like I said, I would add berries or cherries. I would have a small bowl of frozen cherries. That was excellent in kind of satisfying that urge or desire to eat sugar. Blue cheese in salad, as I mentioned, is also great. It has live cultures, which is great for your gut. So I would eat blue cheese in my salads. I would also drink probiotic drinks like Dr. D's. I highly recommend. It was excellent. It would help my gut. They're probiotic drinks. I find them at, I think, Winn-Dixie sell them in the produce department. So a probiotic drink like that. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend kombucha. I found for myself that Dr. D's probiotic drinks did help me a lot. Like I mentioned, meat is another one that is really good for you. You want to provide yourself with more protein in your body to help heal your gut. And lots of water is also another important one. I made sure to start drinking a lot more water than what I was already drinking. So I incorporated lots of water. Avocados were great too. Dr. Gundry in his lectin-free diet also recommends eating avocado every day. It's good and high in oils and fats. Veggies, fresh veggies, cooked veggies are really great as well. So all of these foods are foods that did help me while I was healing my gut. Now I can pretty much eat, any foods that I want. Like I said, I still try to avoid sugar or eat minimal amounts of sugar, but I don't let myself, intake more sugar than what I should. I'm very careful about that. So again, just a big takeaway is avoid all sugar, stay away from sugar, at least for, 2 weeks to even a month, or perhaps even longer, depending on how severe your case is. You may have a more severe case. So I would definitely say the first thing is to avoid all sugar and remove it from your diet completely, and implement some of the things that I suggested. I hope this video has been helpful to you. I hope this video helps you to at least relieve some of your symptoms, if not completely eliminate ulcerative colitis. I know what it's like to suffer from this, and so I wanted to help others. And so if this video is helpful to you in any way, please like this video and leave me a comment below letting me know how this video has helped you, and or maybe even share your struggles or your journey. And if you know somebody suffering with ulcerative colitis, please feel free to share this video. And I hope this video goes out to others and is able to help others suffering from this condition. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.